You know, I'm really getting sick and tired. You know, it's I'm really at a loss of words because every time I turn the TV on, every time I open my phone, first of all, it's all negative. And number two, another mass shooting. By the way, the folks in Maine, I know I'm a little late, but I hope you guys are getting through that. Isn't it funny? We get a guy like Biden in office, and all of a sudden, hey, say what you want about Donald Trump. And I'm not saying he's the savior of all savior, but half this shit wasn't going on when he was in office. And, right away, they're going to go right back to gun control. No, it's maniacs, and they want to blame it on mental health. Hey, listen, I'm a guy who is the prime example for mental health. I've had addiction issues. I've had obsessive compulsive disorder, whatever it is, OCD. I'm on medications. I'm on antidepressants for mental health. But I never once thought about going into a school and shooting the place up or walking into a mall and shooting the place up. Isn't that wonderful? That we as a society now, that's half the reason I don't have a kid. Who in the hell in their right mind would want to bring a child in this world right now? Seriously. Why? Think about that. I understand. Listen, I'm not against people having kids, whatever. But why would you want to bring a kid in this world right now for how messed up it is? And the sad part about it is, let's just call a spade a spade. We got a government that flat out don't give a shit. Because if they gave a shit, if you can give all this money to Ukraine and all these freaking people overseas, you should be having a security guard, a machine, whatever, pat down every single person that walks into a school. Hey, just say, hey, you don't like it? Blame the guys that keep walking in and shooting the place up. Don't blame us. It's funny how everybody wants to talk about defunding the police, but yet, have you noticed these are the people that, as soon as a crime happens, they run for the police. Well, you wanted to defund the police. Here, if I was in charge, I'd say, okay, fine. There'll be no police. You guys handle it on your own. And don't cry when things get out of control. Oh, man. It just sickens me. It sickens me that this is the world we live in. Thank God I didn't grow up. I'm growing up in this world, but my childhood was way different. It was way different. It was better. It was safer. We didn't have... And don't get me wrong, the technology is great in some sense, but we had to get on a bicycle and go to our friend's house to see if they were home. There was no Snapchat, Instagram, all this other stupid crap. That TikTok. Oh my God, if I have to keep hearing, I'm not even on TikTok. I don't know how to use it. I don't care. It's useless to me. And every time, I'm involved in it and I'm not involved in it. You know what I mean? Every time I get on the frickin' YouTube, TikTok this, TikTok that, TikTok this, TikTok kiss my ass. How's that? Seriously, no one gives a shit. Anybody in my generation, if you're using TikTok, honestly, unsubscribe. Because I don't know how anybody could use TikTok right now and find, it's because the celebrities are using it. That's the only reason it's famous. Same thing with Twitter. What's the difference? Why is Twitter so famous? It's texting people back and forth. I can do that on my flip phone. But it's because LeBron James is doing it. So everybody's got to do it because he's doing it. It's that kind of mentality. People today, especially people younger than me, are, not all, but most of them, they're just followers. They're not leaders. That's why I won't adapt to this world. This is not the world I grew up in. I can't imagine somebody who grew up in the 50s, 60s, or 70s. Oh my God. If you're still alive today and you grew up in that generation, oh my God. I can't even imagine your pain. But this is ridiculous. These shootings, I'll tell you why they keep happening. Because it's going to be like this guy in Maine that does it. What really is going to get done about it? Oh, well, that's just part of life. That's just part of society. We just got to accept it. Man, it's hard for me not to go off because I could go on this for hours. This is ridiculous. No, it's not. In my world, it's not how the world works. It's because everybody's too much of a pussy to say anything. God, man, what happened to America? What happened to adults with backbones that would say, no, we're not tolerating this shit. This shit is going to change. We're not accepting this. But now everybody's got to be politically correct. And, I don't want to hurt this person's feelings. Or I don't want to talk about, this, and this, whatever. I mean, give me a break. Seriously? It's to the point where, and there we go with again. I know some people already comment, listen, it's part of my language, whatever. Let's see, I just did it again. But, no. When I was growing up, you had your bullies, sure. I wasn't a bully. I was bullied a little bit. But it was just a different time. Most people who were bullies back when I was a kid, if they were just bullies to be bullies, they usually didn't make it real long. Eventually, they get cornered in the shower in the gym room and get soapboxed. Well, maybe not that bad, but you know what I mean? If somebody was being an idiot and constantly picking on people, it wouldn't take long before they get the shit kicked out of them. But now we can't do that in this world anymore. We can't do it. I think the world would be a much better place if we just, to hell with throwing these people in jail. That obviously ain't helping. That ain't teaching them nothing. They're just becoming better criminals. Now, like I said, in my case, it was a little different. But these mass shootings, man, it's out of control. I just wish that, guys, when I was growing up, if you're 13, 14, 15 years old watching this video, you guys will never have any idea how good it was when I was growing up. We didn't have to. We had, the big thing when I was growing up. The Columbine was the big thing. It was so, but it was so rare that it was a huge shock to the world. Now a school shooting happens and it's like, oh well, that's just part of life. What? The problem is society accepts this crap, and say what you want about us being old school. Hey, man, we were old school for hundreds and hundreds of even thousands of years. Humanity happened to get along just fine without Twitter or TikTok. Like I said, my rant for the night. But seriously, I wish everybody in Maine, and for anywhere that matter, I'm sorry you guys got to go through this. I'll say this again. You guys wanted him. You got him. This is the country we live in. You voted him in. You made your bed, lie in it. If I was Donald Trump, I'd be smoking a fat cigar, having a pina colada, saying, ha, 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 ha. This is the clown you want over me? Okay. How's that working for you? Well, I'll tell you how it's working. Gas is through the roof. Inflation's through the roof. We can't send our kids to school anymore because we don't know what's going to happen. There's third bathrooms now. Seriously. But that's what you guys wanted. Not what I wanted. Because my head's wired to my ass. See, I knew right from the get-go. I said, he gets in, this country's going to go to hell. And that's exactly what's been happening. And you know, real quick, he's pushing to get a war going. You know why? Because I don't call him president. I call him Biden, because that's what he is. He's a puppet. Someone told me that if we get into a war with somebody, he's automatically granted another 4 years. So yeah, you know, of course they're going to push that. Anything to get so Donald Trump can't win. And like I said, Donald Trump, Ron DeSantis, you know, as much as I hate to admit it, I would rather have Obama than this guy. I mean, Obama wasn't a great president, but hey, at least Obama could frickin' talk, and he could walk up a flight of stairs. I mean, how embarrassing. It's just embarrassing. So that, I mean, I'll be honest, I don't even like going anywhere far from my house anymore, because it's just not safe. We don't know what we're going to run into. A simple day shopping at Target could turn into a mass shooting anymore. We don't know. But the country's doing great, ain't it? You haven't figured it out, but now it's sarcasm. Oh, yeah, real funny. Whatever. You guys get my point. Hope you guys have a great night, and prayers, like I said, to the victims. It's terrible. But what do you do? Have a good night, guys.